Ooh, all right, guys. That peaked. Let me turn myself down a little bit. Anyway, hey guys, back at you with
Mobile
another
suit
one.
team,
That's also
begin
kind of loud.
sorting.
So, oh yeah, we're in the Delta Gundam, by the way. Recently, I posted a new kind of video that different from me. A VTuber's thoughts, kind of an off-the-cuff thing where I talk about anything, and it did extremely well. Probably because I talked about uh, the shoujo, the Jisanji, and whatever's going on with that right now. Got 10 times as many views
Begin
as
the mission.
anywhere else. So more of that will be coming. Anyway, here's the Delta Gundam. It is in its post-nerf state. Don't let that discourage you. This thing's still broken. Well, calling it broken might be a bit. Is it broken? Yes, it is completely broken. In terms of weapons, it has a standard normal beam rifle. Pretty good. It only has 3 shots, so that kind of sucks, and it has a pretty long reload. It also has a rapid fire capability on them. Rapid fire capability on the beam rifle, and it also has a beam cannon, dual beam cannon on the shield. So this thing can put out consistent damage for pretty long periods of time. Of course, as you saw there, its range isn't great. I'm over halfway through through Arctic base, and I still can't hit a guy on the other side of the map. The primary thing that was Delta Gundam really good, what makes it borderline
Shield
broken,
damaged. Defenses hindered.
is
Minor
its
damage.
skill
No need for
anti-beam
concern.
coating.
Enemy mobile suit
As
is
some
down. Taking significant
Now, things
damage.
like the
Be
Hyakushiki
careful.
class of mobile suits in this game have
That mobile
really,
suit
really
can't
good beam
take much
defense, and
more.
they're
You
generally
should
pretty
adapt.
bulky to begin with.
Your mobile suit has
And
been
and that goes
destroyed.
for the Delta, kind of. How anti-beam armor works is it'll have any and all beam damage you take up until you hit 50% health. After
Select
that,
where
you
and
have
how
no
to
beam
sortie
resistance
again.
whatsoever. But before you hit 50% health, you can't be stunned by beam weapons effectively. And this is a 600 mobile suit, by the way. This is a 600 mobile suit. That makes this thing incredibly hard to stun,
Requesting
and
to sortie.
makes it very hard for raids to deal with 1v1. Because most raids use and most everything uses
Ally
beam
has
rifles up here.
destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
So like I said, this thing is one more of the
An
supports
enemy
that play
base
like
is being
generals.
attacked.
I can't shoot the base though. Because Gundam Battle Operation is a game that it's where it's a team-based
Enemy
game,
base is
but that
taking
doesn't have
damage.
any sort of useful chat options. Nothing useful. It doesn't have any voice chat options. So the long rating supports are kind of out of vogue. As good as they are and as much damage as they can do, they require a
The
lot of
enemy
help
has
from the
secured a
team.
B.
So what
An
you're seeing
allied unit
essentially in the
has been
meta is
destroyed.
supports that can take care of themselves, but lack range. So that unfortunately means things like the Delta Gundam, the Zeta HML, things like that. Now, so this thing's really good. This thing can just put on consistent damage for long periods of time. That's the Delta Plus again. He wants a piece.
An allied unit has been destroyed.
And this thing also has freaking forced injector. Jesus Christ, this thing is versatile.
Beacon captured.
In terms of how to play it like a general. Play like a
Minor
long range
damage.
general.
No need for concern.
Be the
Taking
second
significant damage.
line of
That
defense, if
mobile
that
suit.
makes sense.
Your mobile
So if
suit
you have a
has been
front line, so
destroyed.
okay. So you don't have to be in the game, everyone kind of rushes to the enemy team and they kind of smash into each other at high speed. Don't be that guy. Be the guy behind your first 2 or 3 friendlies, shoot over your friendly's head to hit the enemy. That's essentially how you play this thing. Most supports can do that, but they can do it from over halfway across the map, which the Delta Gundam can't, and this thing can kind of take care of itself at long range. So again, one of the best,
Requesting to
just
sortie.
straight up one of the
An
best mobile
allied
suits in the
unit
game,
has been
one of the best
destroyed.
skills in the game, and then we have this guy.
A bomb has been planted in our base.
Now my options against him are limited because I don't have the same range he does, but every time he tries to poke out to do something, I can at
Enemy
least
mobile
punish him
suit
for
is
it.
down.
That's Gustav Karl. Gustav
An
Karl
allied unit has
cannot
been
stop me from
destroyed.
stunning it. Also, anti-beam coating, so he can't stop me. I don't believe I ever go up there to try to melee him.
An allied unit has been
I think I just try
destroyed.
to stay under him
Ally
and
has
keep him from moving
destroyed
as
an
much as
enemy
possible.
mobile suit.
I think that's generally the play. The nerf that they did with this thing is switching into its into its shield beam is actually really slow now, so it's harder to combo that into other things, if not impossible. So you kind of have to lead off with it and
Enemy
then
base
switch
is
from that to other
almost
things
destroyed.
rather than beam rifle to that. to rapid fire. Of course, they are going to bomb the base, but we are also going to take the launch money. Me just dunking that into the freaking wall there.
The bomb has destroyed our base.
Also, it can take a while for things to reload and cool. That's another problem. It does kind of have. As usual, this is a high damage
Ally
build.
has destroyed an enemy mobile
I see
suit.
there's a guy behind me. Just gotta
No need
move
for
out the
concern.
way here.
The enemy
This
has
thing is
secured a
definitely on the
beacon.
failure side for Yakushiki series. And yes, I do consider it more of a Yakushiki series than a Zeta
Not
series.
looking good.
There's
but hold
not much in it.
steady. Ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
I'm just gonna keep firing. They can't stop me. This is probably a flaw that I make. Okay. I probably shouldn't have tried to come in close to mess with this guy. Also, has a pretty good melee. For support, you might now for most support types, having a beam saber is kind of pointless, but in this case, I do think it works. See what I mean? It takes a very long time to ready up. But again, can't exactly stop me from doing it. And I just took out like freaking over half his health.
An
And he can't
ally
stop.
unit has been destroyed. Enemy mobile suit
I'm
is
surprised
down.
that melee attack didn't kill. That just goes to show you how strong the Gustav Karl is. Granted, this thing is not rated for melee
Enemy
attack
mobile
whatsoever.
suit is down.
So we have 2 minutes left. I
in
think,
the
yeah,
mission.
that's the reason I stopped shooting at
Pieces
the
are now
base, so
more
that I could
valuable
do
for
it
this
now,
mission.
essentially.
Beacon captured.
Stab. Yeah. So now,
Taking significant damage. Be careful. Enemy mobile
I'm actually
suit is
surprised
down.
that killed. But, yeah, I'm not sure if that's a Silver
An
Bull or
ally
a
unit
Dovin
has
Wolf.
been destroyed.
Dovin Wolf is actually really, really frail, surprisingly enough, but it has a hard time being stunned.
An allied unit has been destroyed. That mobile suit can't take much more. You should. Your mobile suit
Yes,
has
sir.
been destroyed. Enemy
There we
base
go. Okay, so the
destroyed.
team is actually
Good
on
work.
point with that one, and actually saw what I was doing and got the destruction on the base.
Ally has destroyed an enemy
Yeah,
mobile
it's really
suit.
hard coming up with things to say about the Delta Gun, because it is just stupid strong. It is just ridiculously powerful. The ability to just kind of not be stunned and take
Requesting to sortie.
close to
1
0
minute
damage
left
for
in
half
the
your health
mission.
bar.
Keep fighting.
Nice. Of course, after half, you know,
Ally
pure
has destroyed an enemy
dog
mobile
shit.
suit.
But you also have some of the best damage in the game. Not even because your stuff does a lot of damage, which it does, by the way, but because you have type advantage over just about most things you'll be fighting. And the one thing you don't have type advantage over is probably not something you should be shooting, because you don't want to attract their attention. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the hell out of there. Keep him stunned, stab him, keep him
Minor damage.
down.
No need for
That
concern.
did not work.
Ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
I'm trying to get the cover. That is a Delta Plus. He's gonna take my goddamn lunch money if I don't just get the hell out the way. Oh well. We still have a huge lead here, and there's no way they can win this as long as we don't do anything stupid. They don't.
Shield damaged. Time has run
Victory.
out.
Also, it is a really good strategy to try hiding the no,
We
hold on.
won.
Try hiding the Delta Gundam as another so like the Delta Plus, which I didn't do. Look at that, boys. 129,000 damage. And there were only like 3 generals to really farm from. Granted, the Gustav Karl did help a lot. And this guy and these two are kind of there were a lot of big bodies, so it wasn't hard to actually hit these guys. How many kills did I get? Yes, this thing 5 and 3. This thing might have been nerfed, but it's still really, really worth using. Actually, matter of fact, can I actually look at the stats here while I'm thinking about it? Because I want to see exactly how bulky this thing is. Okay, this thing is very frail. Yes, this is what I run. This is what I run. Reload parts so that these things are firing as long and as much as possible. Damage, and then hopefully not dying immediately to a melee attack. That is essentially the idea. You have 13,000 health to work with. That is not a lot. That even at like 450, not 450, 350, that's not a lot. At like 250, it might be average, but that is very, very low health. Again, you kind of just weapon swap everything to death. That's how you play this. And you weapon swap everything to death from just behind your general front line. That's how you play this thing. Anyway, guys, hope you like that. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh yeah, wait a second. Forgot. I have my YouTube model, my VTuber model in the way. So, oops, that is not what I want to do. There we go. Now you can see what's going on. Yes. See now you can actually see what's going on. I'm a moron, by the way. Anyway, yes. These are the things I carry. Put myself down there so you don't see me end. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Toodles.